back to Dolphins United, the platform for Dolphins. You're me. We back in the house. All right. Sitting kind of pretty right now, 4-1. We try and go to 5-1 on the season. Can we do it or not? That is the question. Okay? This season's moving right on along. We sitting pretty right now. We need a dub. The Panthers ain't gonna be looking to give us no dub. They ain't finna just let us go in there and easily sweep them and mop the floor with them and get the dub. We gonna have to fight for it. All right. Now I'm not gonna go as far to say that it's a full-on trap game, but it's a little bit of a trap game. And the problem is, last week there was a lot of injuries. And, you know, we proved just to be better than them. And this week, it's the same thing. It's a lot of injuries over there on the Panthers. And we should prove to be better. Now, I'm a little more scared of the quarterback and the Panthers. Okay, Bryce Young, he the truth to me. All right, now I know he a rookie and this and that, and you know he still got to learn, but he a good quarterback. Now, has he proven that just yet? No, but I believe at the end he gonna be a good quarterback. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions his last game, albeit some of it in garbage time because they was getting blown out by the Detroit Lions. When you look at that last game, the Lions were able to run all over them, pass all over them. And they weren't really able to run on Detroit like that, but they was able to pass on them a little bit. When it comes to us, our rush defense has gotten a little better, you know, since the first game. But the numbers still ain't that great. And our pass defense is trash. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Last week was probably an anomaly. Where our pass defense is suspect. It really is. Now, although Daniel Jones didn't get a whole bunch of yards on us, he was efficient. Like, he was real efficient in the game. Let's not act like he wasn't. He had a really good game when it came to efficiency, but yards wasn't there, and obviously the touchdowns were not there, although we couldn't pick him off. All right, now, when it comes to the Panthers, I think we have a better chance pass defense-wise because it's a rookie. He's going to have a little harder time, but we leave guys wide open and they just start doing what they want on offense, they're going to put up some points. Our defense got to prove it to me. All right? They got to prove it. So I need to see our defense pitch a shutout when it comes to passing. I want to see them hold the rookie to 170 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2-3 picks. And then I'm going to feel comfortable because that's what we should do to this rookie with this complex scheme on defense that we're supposed to be hearing about. We better confuse him. Now, I know we're not a blitzing team, so we're not going to do the Flores approach, although I wouldn't mind that, and blitz the heck out of him, show him zero, then pull out of it, and then show him zero, and then bring it, and then show him zero, and then fake like we doing it, and then, you know, confusing the heck out of him with the blitz and scaring him in the pocket. I wish we could do that to him. That's not going to be the case, all right? This week, we're probably going to try to, and Fangio said it himself, sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't with the blitzing. So sometimes it's better just make him be a quarterback and go through his progressions and make mistakes. Let's see if he's one of those quarterbacks that's going to make mistakes against us because we haven't really had that much. Yes, we have some interceptions, but boy, it ain't been that many. All right, let's see if this week we can actually feast on a rookie quarterback and pad our stats a little bit on defense, because you're going to need to. This game shouldn't be a close one. They got us as 13, 14-point favorites. It shouldn't be a hard game to go through, all right? But we got a couple issues on offense that are scaring me a little bit. Carter Williams is out for the game. He's not going to play. So guess who is inserted there? Eichenberg. Okay? Iceberg Eichenberg is in the middle. And he going to be man in the protection. And when I say calls wise, and snapping the football to Tua. I don't like it. On top of him having to start, Achane ain't going to be playing for the next 4 weeks at the minimum because he out on IR with his injury, which is a knee injury, knee sprain, knee strain, I don't know. Something with his knee in the last game. So the explosion that you had with two quarterbacks is down to one. I don't know if Savant is going to be up. Wilson is doubtful. So if they both can't go, that leaves you Chris Brooks, who I like. And it leaves you Mostert, okay? Mostert, as long as he don't get injured during the game, he should still be able to run for 100 yards because that rush defense is not that good, and it looks like they might be missing their star defensive tackle, possibly questionable, and Brian Burns is also questionable. So the defense, they have injuries across the board, offense and defense for that team. Like 6 guys are going to be out. But on the offensive line, they're hurting, and on the defense, front 7, they're going to be hurting, possibly. So we should be able to run on them, even with those guys in. Teams have been able to run on them. We should be able to run on them. Mostert is just as explosive as Achane, so I would expect that he goes for 100 and he can break a couple. He's got that type of speed. We should also, in this game on offense, be able to pass on these boys with regularity. And I'm sure we're going to bring back some of the jet sweeps and the end arounds and stuff like that. But what I would really like to see us do in this game is attack the middle of the field. Something that is very interesting that I wonder if you guys have noticed is we haven't really been attacking the middle of the field like we did last year. It's because teams are starting to clog the middle, right? So in the game plan now, instead of trying to attack the middle, we just attacking teams horizontally and making them deal with speed. Now, teams have a choice to make real soon. If we keep killing them horizontally, they're going to have to bring the linebackers up because they're going to need them to cover horizontally. Guess what that's going to leave open again, eventually? The middle of the field. All right? So I wonder if last week is going to have any influence on their defense this week, bringing the linebackers a little up, spreading them a little wide to guard the horizontal play, and then we start hitting them vertically again over the middle. I'm wondering if that's what McDaniel is trying to do, is trying to force them to pick one, right? So far they've been picking, we're going to cover the middle of the field. Now we're getting those screens going, those outside zone plays going and things like that. Might have to bring those linebackers up a little bit and widen them out a little bit where we'll be able to attack the middle of the field again. I don't know. All right? That's the beautiful thing about football. We're about to find out on Sunday. Do they decide that they're going to make sure that we can't get those screens off for 65, 70 yards and the jet sweeps and stuff? Or are they going to continue to guard the middle of the field? We're going to find out on Sunday. And if they don't guard the middle of the field, I expect us to have a beast of a passing day. I'm talking 350, 3 tutties plus. All right? If they do, 300, 3 TDs plus. But they probably won't be over 350 if they clog up the middle, right? because we'll just kill you horizontally. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it because the speed is real. All right. Tyreek's going to be there. Waddle's going to be there. Looks like we might actually see a Claypool sighting this week in a small package. So I'm sure they're going to try to get him going a little bit with some plays. And then Waddle has been very quiet. So I expect him to have a really good game this week. Okay, Tyreek might have to take the back seat in this game so that Waddle can really get his confidence back up and get going again. And I expect Waddle to have a really good day. I'm talking over 100 yards, a touchdown, 8 catches, something like that, right? Something crazy, because that's what I'm expecting. Now, this game should be a game we get. We're at home, 1 o'clock. That means the sun's going to be out. They're probably going to be wearing their powder blue jerseys to stay out of the black ones. Cool, whatever. Do what you got to do, right? Y'all in the third, fourth quarter are going to be tired on defense. There's no doubt about it. In this game specifically, I would run a little bit more up-tempo as well to make sure if Brian Burns and the defensive tackle, if they play, to make sure they're tired. And then we're going to hit you over the top with passes to Tyreek or Waddle for touchdowns because you're tired, okay? That means, and here's what happens when you get tired, right? When a defensive lineman gets tired, it's not that they give up physically most of the time. It's that they give up mentally, okay? So now, instead of being where you're supposed to be in your gap integrity, you're not. Because mentally you're exhausted. So your body wants to do it, but you can't will yourself to do it because of the heat. Okay, so it's twofold. You have where your body's just giving up on you, and then you have where your mental state is just not as sharp because your body is failing you. So that's what most teams are gonna have to deal with when they're messing with us. Is you got to deal with that early in the year against the Miami Dolphins at our house. They're going to have to deal with it on Sunday. Hopefully, we don't do anything stupid, have a whole bunch of penalties and a bunch of interceptions and fumbles and stuff like that, and we'll be fine in this game. And it's not necessarily because we're that much better than the Panthers, but more so because they're just beat up right now. We're catching them at a really good time, just like we caught the Giants at a really good time. And we could end up beating them by 14 and a half. 14, 15 points in covering again. Now, I'm not going to pick us to cover this game. Although we should, I'm not going to pick us to cover. I think we win this game. Here's my prediction. 31-21. We win by 10. We get up out of there. Okay? Going away, by the way. So, kind of like Detroit, how they won, we win. We hit them early. We go up like 21-10. Then we put up a field goal, 24-13, 24, maybe even 17. No, not 24-17. 24, they wouldn't even have no field goals if I said 21, right? Unless they're doing 2-point. I'm not going to do all that math gymnastics. So let's back that back up. We could be beating them 21-7. Then we could get a field goal 24-7. Then they go get a touchdown. And then we answer 31-14. Then they get another touchdown in garbage time. And then we just hold the ball for the last few minutes. We kill the clock. 21-31. We get up out of there. We move on to the Eagles, who has it's going to be a problem game for us, especially if Connor's not there for that one, which is why I'm okay. All right? This week, if he doesn't play, as long as Eichenberg doesn't kill us and make us lose the game, I'm okay that he sits this one out if it means he's going to be available for the Eagles game. Primetime Sunday Night Football. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. See y'all after the game. put in the comments what your prediction is for this game. Some of y'all gonna be saying we throwing up 50. You know, I know. Appreciate y'all for believing in us that much. But I don't see it. All right, we might do it, but I don't see it. I'll see y'all after the game. I'm out.